Was there a specific reason why you decided to drop to middleweight? Drop to welterweight after starting your career at middleweight?
It's like this weird thing with fighters. Bad advice, but you think in life sometimes you think the more you sacrifice and the more you suffer, you'll get back. But I just seen like a post of somebody saying like if that were true, day laborers would be the richest in the world. It's not really true, man. Like you don't got to kill yourself to be successful. You don't. A lot of it's your mind, a lot of it's luck, a lot of it's time and place, but a lot of it is just being a coward, just trying to give up more to get more, give up more to get more, which is usually not how it works.
You said that people wouldn't care about you if you lost, but have you felt more fans gravitating towards you with your personality? You have a personality and you're funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel it?
Well, I like the fans that just like fighting, Like, there's a lot of, like, bandwagon guys, and, like, I'm not for you, man. Like, I'm not, like, if you just want to jump on the bandwagon and be like, oh, I like that guy, like. But if you really like MMA and you like fighting, you don't give a fuck if guys win or lose, and you're just here to fucking scrap, like, then I like you. But if you're just, there's just like any other fucking fan in the sport, Too many guys are just like, oh, I like him because he's winning, Like some of my favorite fighters are guys that fucking, they're not champions. They never were champions.
So you were originally supposed to fight on UFC 265 in front of fans, and you haven't fought in front of fans since your return. Did that bug you, or is the main event? You got your main event.
No, I don't care. I didn't care. Fans or no fans, I actually kind of quiet. I like it quiet. You could actually hear punches land. You hear corners. It's nice. It's more of like an intimate setting of violence. It's more enjoyable.
Two more for me. Did you expect that video to go viral of you in Orlando?
Oh, fucking Orlando. Let me start off with saying that I like Orlando. He's a good guy. But nah, man, it's just like, here's the thing, dude. I'm an asshole and I'm a cunt. And like, I'll be the first one to admit it, dude. And so whenever he did that, and like, did I deserve it? Probably. I was probably running my fucking mouth. But still, it's something you don't do in training. It's something that I wasn't even thinking. And my reaction was 100% justified. But I was a dick, you were a dick, and then, at this point, if you want to continue, I just hope you know how to fight.
And, you made a very, very good comparison between fighters and prostitutes.
Oh, 100%.
Can you kind of expand on that?
I'm telling you, man, if I made as much money as doing this, to be a prostitute, I might fucking look into prostitution. But it's just... Fighters are just meat, man. Like, you're just fucking meat. You're just fucking dumb. You're just meant to be locked in a cage and fight. And it's like you're used. And again, I love the UFC. I fucking love the UFC. I am like, if you guys know me, I'm a fucking fanboy of the UFC. But, again, stop thinking you're more than what you are. You're a fucking dog fighter. Like, people take fighting too serious. Because, we're really not. Like, we're just idiots. How would you say we're not idiots? We get locked in a cage and punch each other in the face. Like, how do you do the mental math that what we do is anything less than that, Hey,
Ronnie. You got moved to the co-main event. How does that feel?
It feels great, man. That's pretty big. Big recognition for me, yeah.
Do you think the UFC moved you to the co-main event for a reason?
Oh, yeah. I finish most of my fights, Hokan did his job too. I think he got fight of the night a couple of times too. So this fight will be exciting.
For a while there, you were fighting 2 times a year. Do you want to get back to that, or do you like just fighting once a year?
I don't try. I try to not look too much how many times a year. I just let it happen. The most important thing for me is to be here, to be healthy, to be at my best when I step in here. I had the camp in March. For the fight in March, I won. I felt very good after that. You know, I was ready to start another camp. During the camp, I felt very good too. And here I am. And then there's, after this fight, there are plenty of time during the year. So uh, there are pretty big chance that I will be here again.
And finally, you named some fighters that are really good at jiu-jitsu. Who are some of your favorite fighters just to watch? I guess your favorite Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighters to watch. Your personal favorites.
Yeah, I look to everybody. When there's a good jiu-jitsu guy, I look to everybody. I make sure that I'm gonna watch them. And Rodolfo fought. I was gonna watch him. I really like to watch Khabib fight because this is another thing, man. Is I don't see anymore like jiu-jitsu, strike or jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, Muay Thai, karate, or taekwondo or judo. For me, there are two styles of fighting in this sport. One is striking, and the other one is grappling. The only two is so. I always look to watch grapplers, and Khabib for me was my main guy to watch. You know, because very good control, very good takedowns, and now Charles, man, Charles Oliveira. You know, he's representing Brazil, and he's doing very good, very dangerous guy. He submit people out of nowhere, so he deserves it where he is.
Hey, right. Going back to your last fight one more time. I guess when did it hit you, and I guess like remind you that Chris Weidman broke his leg the same way that Anderson Silva did, and you beat them back to back. I mean, like, did it hit you like in the octagon, or was it back in the locker room?
Did it hit me that I broke his leg?
No, that both of them broke the leg.
Man, that's kind of hard to answer. I don't know. It's weird because we're all kind of play a circle with each other. It's weird, but yeah, it kind of sucked. You know, the funny thing is, when we were backstage before we were going to weigh in, and I was behind him, and I'm looking at him like, man, he doesn't look as big as he usually is. And I was like, his legs are really skinny. I'm sure if I kick the shit out of him, I could break his leg. I remember saying that to myself because I'm looking at him. I'm like, all right, what's the weak spot? He's strong at wrestling. He's got good arms. His legs are skinny to normal. I should probably kick him. I thought of that, but yeah, shit happens.
I saw that you posted when the UFC posted your Adam Sandler knockout. You said, "Let's do another one," or "Let's do a new knockout."
Yes, please, Jesus fuck, yo, can we post a video? I've never posted that video in my life, ever. I mean, I get it. I'm the one-trick pony with that kick. I did something else with Gegard. I think that quick kick is cooler. Can we get some other fucking videos up there, UFC? Come on, man. That's it? That's all you got?
I mean, do you get tired of seeing it?
Yeah, I get tired of seeing it because it's like, that's it. All right, what else does this dude do? You know, it's cool though. You know, I mean, I was telling someone a joke the other day, like, man, I could save a 25 passengers from a burning plane and catch a baby in midair and land in a parachute, and they'd be like, yeah, that's cool, but that kick you did, you know, it's like they don't even care about all that stuff. So what's the nickname? One trick pony? Whatever. Let's get something new, man. Let's get some other cool shit. Or maybe I got to do some other cool shit.
I mean, you've kind of named yourself the Ultimate Fighter guy and the one trick pony. I mean.
Yeah, that was a young time. I'm getting old.
And then just this Ford, how was your training camp this time at Fortis? Is this your second or your third at Fortis?
Fight?
Fight, yeah.
Was it 3?
3?
I think 3. It's been good, man. Listen, since the pandemic hit, I think right after Antonio Carlos Jr., we stayed in camp. You know, I have some great people, man. My strength and conditioning coach just, you know, he's always trying to twist and turn things to make me better. And when I stay away a little bit too long, like I got to catch up. So one of the key things we're trying to do is stay consistent. And after each fight, I might take a break, but I'm always in the gym. I'm the last one to leave the gym. I'll hit the bag after everyone left and stuff, because my old mentality is, what do I have when I got nothing left? Where's that heart come in? And I just keep that mindset. But training camp is good, but you're constantly in training camp. I think Bisping said it. You're constantly training. You're professional. This is my role. I'm supposed to stay ready just in case someone gets hurt. I'm on deck.
And I mean, how does it feel to, you said you were Jim Roman, right? You were going from gym to gym to being the team captain.
Oh yeah. Well, I've never been captain before. It's a cool thing, man. I think the situation that had happened where I stepped up to the plate made my coach recognize that I play a big part, and he wanted to give me that role. He saw the responsibility that I took, and I just took it because I didn't really think about me. I thought about this person. I thought about this person's career, and I wanted to help. So,
finally, the barcode on your chest, what does that mean?
It's my mother's birthday. She told me never to get a tattoo. I'm like, all right. Plus, I don't think a tattoo will look good on me. I'm way too dark. Unless you have like that really white tattoo. I'll get that if I can. But anyways, she told me never get a tattoo. And when I was in England, my dumbass friend, he was like, come on, mate, stop being a pussy. You need to get a tattoo. All right, I guess I'll do it. I'm in England. YOLO. And then I got a tattoo. And I was like, shit, what am I going to get? My mom's going to kill me. Give me a barcode. And he was like, why? Just do it. And it was a scar I had on my chest. So they covered it with a barcode. And I said, put my mom's birthday on it. So my mom saw it. She was like, what the hell? I was like, Mom, relax. When you scan it, your birthday comes up. So she's probably going to see this video. I just thought of that. So that's the story behind the tattoo.
Thank you. That's pretty good.
It works, Mom. It works.
Hey, Gloria.
Yes.
You were featured on Dana White's "If You Don't Know, Now You Know" promo, saying that your fight's going to be fantastic. How does that make you feel?
Oh, this was amazing to see you speaking about me, and this is really exciting. As I said, I believe this fight has the potential to be the fight of the night. We are both aggressive, and so I believe this is gonna be a real war inside the octagon.
Do you feel like you're going to reintroduce yourself to the UFC fans with this fight?
Yes, that's the point I want to show inside the octagon.
And finally, do you have a prediction for the fight?
Well, I will always look for the knockout, but she's a tough opponent, so I believe this is gonna be the 3 rounds.
Thank you. Hey, Jared.
How's it going, bro?
Good. I know that you had some work with Phil Rowe in the past, but you're fighting on the same card as him. How does that make you feel?
I feel great because when me and Phil both got signed with the UFC after he won Contender and I got signed, we were supposed to fight on the same card last year. It was August 22nd, and sadly he had to pull out because of injury, and then I had to pull out because of injury. But I just feel like it's destined. You know what I mean? Like we're supposed to be on the same card together. We're both going to be on the same card this Saturday. We're both going to get wins together this Saturday. So I just feel like it's destined. I can't wait to go out there and do it.
And they put you on the main card on ESPN. I mean, how's that feel?
It's awesome. You know what I mean? I'm not too focused on it. I'm just focused on getting the job done. You know what I mean? I'm going in there. I'm going to fight my ass off, and keep my job.
Do you find it, your first 2 fights, but do you find it frustrating that you haven't been able to show the UFC fans your finishing style? I mean, you sleep guys and you put them out, but you haven't been able to show that. Do you find that frustrating?
I don't want to say frustrating. Like if I'm frustrated with anything, it's me. You know what I mean? Like 'cause I have to do it. If that makes sense. But I don't want to say frustrated. It's just I've been learning a new skill, and when I joined the UFC, I was learning new skills to better myself. So really, it's just I'm gonna go out there. I'm just gonna show y'all what I've been working on. That's what's gonna happen.
And finally, for me, where did Night Train come from?
Seriously, it came from my uncle. My uncle used to draw for Marvel, and like make comics for them. And so I'll never forget, I won the Georgia amateur title, and my uncle was there with us. And my mom asked him, "What would you name him?" Because my nickname back then was My Bad. And he was like, he looked at me for a good minute, and he's like, "Night Train." And I'm like, "Why Night Train?" He's like, "Because you're always moving forward like a train in the fight, and you're dark as fuck." I'm like, "God damn it, man." This motherfucker.
Well, it's fantastic.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. Bet. Hit you with my slogan, "Choo choo, motherfuckers." Have a great day.
Jason. So you're opening up the main card on ESPN. Do you think they put you guys on there for a reason?
Yeah, I've said in multiple interviews, this fight has fight of the night potential written all over it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you put us two together, like I'm throwing for the fucking fences anyways, and I know he does too, and he ain't going away. So I feel like this fight is written for the headline for this card, you know, to open that card up and really show the fans, like, hey, this is what this card's all about.
You said with your sleep, I mean, were you going to sleep late and waking up early, or were you just not sleeping at all?
No, it was more just, I go to bed at like 10 o'clock, I wake up at 4. So I was getting like 6 hours. And let's say you're fucking tired from training. You don't get a good night's sleep and you only sleep 4 hours. Well, okay, now you go train twice a day, you do it all over again. It wasn't like a week or two. It was like I just kept running my body into the ground over and over again. And then, you know, eventually you show up fight week and your weight's shit and you don't feel good. And, you know, that's just the way it is. So yeah, adding those extra hours of sleep in just made a massive difference.
Is your dog Thor out here with you?
Man, I miss that dude. I really do. He's not out here. Thank you for asking me about that. No, I miss that dude. I wish we could bring him out because, I mean, I'm stuck in a hotel the whole time. Might as well just hang out with my dog. No, but that was, we had a dog pass away a couple months ago. And this is right when I, like, fixed my whole sleep schedule. So I'm like, man, I want to get a puppy. But you don't want to get a puppy and be up every 2 and 3 hours just sitting there and be like, oh, man, I'm just ruining my sleep schedule back over again. But we got Thor 6 weeks ago. Dude's fun. He sleeps the whole night. Like 90% of the time, he might wake up like once every once in a while, but he sleeps all night. He's super intelligent. I love that little dude.
Is he chewing stuff up?
No, he's actually pretty. Man, he's the most. I'm telling you, he's the most easiest dog The lady that we got him from a foster. My wife works at Subaru. They have adoptions, and and so I was like, okay, well, tell me about his demeanor. She's like, he's great. He's super chill. Like he's the most low maintenance dog you'll find. I'm like, how's he sleep? She's like, he slept from 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. today. I'm like, okay, I'll have my wife get up. Don't worry about that one. I'm like, first off, the most easiest dog you've ever had. I'm like, you're just trying to get me a dog. You're trying to sell me a dog. You're just bullshitting me. But no, he's super easy. Doesn't chew anything up. We give him toys. He's really the most intelligent. Potty trained the first couple of days we had him at the house. Barks to go out the door. Barks to come back in the door. Like he's just stupid smart. I love the little dude.
And finally, there's like, I think there's 4 or 5 vanilla gorillas.
They can all get it. This is my name. They can all get it.
I was gonna say, has anyone ever just like, what's up? That's my nickname.
Do what?
Has anybody just kind of like messaged you and like, that's my nickname?
No, they haven't. People ask me about it. Jason High, my buddy sitting over here, he's the one that gave me the nickname. People ask me about Chase Sherman because I think we're 2 of the most like known names, and I'm like, look, put me in that cage with him. I'll fight from that. If I lose, I don't give a shit. But I'm gonna whoop that ass. Like he's heavyweight. Like, you fucking get it too. It's my name. You ain't keeping it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Tell Chase Sherman I'm coming for him.
Chan, you mentioned that you left Fortis. Was there a reason for that?
There was multiple and personal reasons why I left, but basically the main reason is what I will come out with is, you know, I missed my coaches here. You know, when I talk about coaches, I talk about a team that built me. You know, when I came here, the first time I came to Extreme Couture, I was 18 years old. And then when I moved here, when I just turned 20 years old, I'm 26 now. And when I tell you, I came to them when I was on a 3-fight losing streak as an amateur. And those coaches, Ray Sefo, Dennis Davis, Eric Nixick, they took me under their wing and we went on a 4-fight winning streak together. And then, you know, I met my husband and I unfortunately had to go to Africa to go be with my boyfriend at the time and now my husband. But when I called them to let them know, listen, I'm going to adventure off to South Africa to try to see if this will work, Eric Nixick and Ray Sefo told me, listen, this is your home here, and whenever you're ready, you come back. And I always told them I'll be back, but unfortunately, due to visa reasons, we had to go to Dallas. So, because that's where my parents resided, and being with a foreigner, applying for a visa, I had no idea how it worked, but I didn't have any residency in Las Vegas anymore, so we couldn't go to Vegas at first. So now that we're in a position, it kind of sucked the timing. Like, I didn't want them to be like, oh, I lost and now I'm piecing out, but I never wanted to go to Texas, if I'm being honest. Like, I love the team, and because of the team is the reason why I stayed for so long. Like, those are a great group of people there, and, I built a friendship, but, deep in my heart, I knew I wasn't home. Like, when me and my husband sat down and we talk about our 5-year goals were not to be in Texas. So it was like, you have to follow your heart, and unfortunately, this is a very selfish sport, and, my husband was my main coach basically in Dallas, and I knew being at this level, I couldn't do that. He was my wrestling coach. He was basically my striking coach, because we didn't have a striking coach there, so we held pads for each other. We had built a home gym in our garage. So, I left a really good group of guys over here at Extreme, and it's not anything against Safe at Fortis, but they were the people that built me. And when I made that UFC walk, before I made the walk, I saw Eric Nixick in the back, and man, it makes me want to cry, because it was like I knew I was on the wrong side, Like, it's a fucking weight cut, makes me sad, but, it's like, damn, like, you just know deep in your heart, like, I knew I had to go be with them, but I didn't want to hurt anyone. So after my fight, I was like, listen, we need coaches and we need help, and unfortunately in Dallas, it's expensive there. Like, our landlord raised the rent on us like two weeks before we moved. We didn't have striking coaches. We were working so much in the gym to the point where we were working more than almost training, and it was tough life over there for us. And we knew in Vegas, it would have been an easier life. The PI is wonderful. I mean, that's definitely been a game changer for us. And here we're able to focus on being athletes, and that's it. It's no more Coach JP from me to my husband. So, for me, I was lucky I had him, but I knew he needed a wrestling coach. We're 0-1 now in the UFC. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, and it was the best decision I made for us. So.
Your anniversary of your Contender Series fight's coming up. Can you just reflect on that fight?
The Contender Series was a great fight for me, obviously. A great opponent, too. She was very tough, and nothing really to say about that besides, I beat some ass, I got the contract, and I got Dana to follow me, so that was awesome. And, but that's the past. Really, only thing I'm focusing on right now is just going to get my hand raised on Saturday night.
And so both of your fights in the UFC have been the featured fight on the main card. Do you believe the UFC is putting you there for a reason?
What's crazy is when I was a kid, and I grew up in Taekwondo, I've always known that there was something about me, like my aggression. Like, there's no fighters in my family on my mom or dad's side. I had a little bit of a rough life growing up. But, I've always just known, like, when it comes to fighting, like, I show that I'm a fighter. And I think I've showed that even in my last fight. I showed when times get tough, I'm going to persevere. And, Dana and the matchmakers are smart. So I feel extremely grateful that, actually after the fight, I told my husband, I was like, wow, I fucked that up. I was like, I'll never be back on the main card, And I was just like, damn. I was like, I got to go beat this next girl and show them, like, I'm a main card type fighter. Like, I truly believe I'll be headlining a card soon. But again, my focus right now is just on beating Gloria and just getting my respect back and just making myself proud again, because I'm not proud.
Do you have a prediction for the fight?
Oh, there's going to be a finish. I don't know how, I don't know when, I'm not that type, but I'm going for the finish.
And finally, do you want your next fight to be in front of fans?
Yes, of course. I am a fans type person. I mean, even as an amateur out here in Vegas, I was fighting in front of 17,000 people, getting that crowd hyped up. I mean, I am a type of fighter that feeds off that. And so I'm happy that there's going to be a few people here for sure. I definitely like to look out into the crowd and, get them started. Like, we're entertainers. We're not just fighters, we're entertainers. I want people to spend money on me. I want people to spend money to watch me fight. So, I mean, I would love to be on a pay-per-view card, but again, I know I'm 0-1. So I feel I just have to go out there and I just have to earn my spot back and I just have to solidify myself in this division.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Brian.
How's it going?
So you were just talking about your family. I mean, did your family give you the go-ahead and to continue to fight?
Yeah, they did. Took a little more from my kids for sure. You know, they were pretty shook about the whole thing and the fact that it happened in training. You know, preparing for a fight. You know, they're scared. You know, and at a time, I thought maybe, well, shoot, maybe I need to be scared about it too. You know, I just never thought it would happen like this or anything. So I almost just died. And they're the most important thing. So it's just, yeah. Ultimately, it was sitting down, talking with my wife, talking with my kids, kind of reassuring them, this is not only is fighting, my job and what I love, but like I said, it allows me to be with them more than most other jobs. A lot of other jobs, I'm not able to be home for between fight camps and be home all the time and be able to, be with them throughout that whole time. Normally I'd be working, 9 to 5 or whatever. So there's definitely perks to being able to be home with them and everything like that. So if I can continue doing what I enjoy and what I love and being able to still do, the time with them and give them all the focus when I'm not fighting, I want to continue to do that and be able to provide for them. And, I think they understood after, we kind of broke it down and explained it for them. And I think they're still scared. I think Saturday, they will be scared. And, I'm looking forward to going in there and showing them that I'm going to be okay.
Back surgery, ruptured arteries. I mean, you're in the hurt business, but are you trying to stay out of the hospital after this fight?
Yeah, honestly, I'd like to go in there and make it quick and not take too much damage would be ultimately ideal. But that never seems to really happen with my fights. So, it is what it is. I enjoy it. It's fun for me. So if it turns out to be one of those fights, you better believe I'm going to be in there having fun with it.
Speaking of that, I mean, you're opening up the main card on ESPN. They put you there for a reason, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think if you watch fighting, if you know fighting, you know that I bring it every time and I put on exciting fights, always going for the finish, and definitely start up the main card. I think it's to get everybody amped up and ready for the main event and everything else.
Do you have a prediction?
I just truly believe I'm going to go in there and finish him. I'm going to put him away. He's a tough opponent. He's well-rounded. Comes from a great camp. So it should be a fun one. And definitely, if he's going to have to bring it.
And finally, last, Marie, I saw you took a picture with Danny Chavez, and you both are Colombian. I guess just, how did that feel?
Yeah, it felt great. We've talked a little bit over social media and stuff like that, so it was great to finally meet him in person and kind of feel that bond. You get that extra energy when you feel that from each other, kind of here representing Colombia, representing the U.S. at the same time, Colombian American, and we feel that. We're both warriors, and man, I'm excited to be on a car with him, and it brings a little extra something special.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nicholas?
Yeah.
The UFC kept you on the main card. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, really excited and really thankful for about that. I mean, they lifted us shortly to the co-main event. We've been co-main event shortly. And then the UFC found out that Munir's not coming to the US, because of visa issues. And yeah, main card it's amazing. It's a big opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to this.
Do you see this as a reintroduction to the UFC fans?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the US people, they don't know me, yet. So, I mean, I fought a Russian guy on Fight Island, so maybe the Russians know me and the Europeans know me, but I have to do is to introduce me into the US scene, and I'm going to do this with this fight.
Would you like to run that back with Mornier?
It depends on how this fight goes. I mean, of course, I trained for him. I trained for him months, and I was preparing for him. I was a little bit disappointed how his team and himself handled the situation. I mean, if the UFC would have known, they would wouldn't lift us to co-main event on a Sunday, you know, and then cancel the fight on a Monday. So he was not talking to someone, you know, to some official guys, and we will run it back. But I don't know if like when is the next fight, Island? October. So we have time for that. So we will see.
What does your nickname mean? Green Mask?
It's funny. It's like a long story, but I like keep it short. My coach came back home from visiting in Thailand. You know, he's like a Thai boxing coach. He was often there, and he was there for like a full moon party. It's like the change from December 31st to the 1st January. You know, the year change, and then a lot of people running around with like masks. And he brought a mask with him, you know. And I had my 3rd fight in K1, and he's like, when you walk out, you should put on the mask. And I'm like, why? And he's like, the people recognize you if you put on a good show. And I was like, I was hot on this at this time. I was like a good kickboxing guy, you know, and I was like already ahead of the D class. So I was like stepping into C class fights. I put on the mask. I walked in. I knocked this guy out with flying knee. And after this, everyone was talking about the green mask. So we just kept it.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
오랜만에 시합하게 돼서 매우 흥분되고 지금 컨디션도 매우 좋습니다. 예.
It's been a while. I'm a little bit nervous, but my conditioning is great, so I feel great.
What was training like during the time away? I know you had an injury and some personal things as well. So I mean, how much training were you doing, and was it difficult to train during this time?
이 시대에 코비드 때문에도 그리고 본인이 수술하고 나서 거기에서 훈련을 어떻게 하셨어요? 힘들었어요? 아니 계속 진행했었어요?
이제 코로나 이 시대 때문에 이제 시간적으로 제한이 조금 있었고요. 이제 운동 스케줄을 조금 변동했고, 근데 거기에 또 맞춰서 힘들게 준비를 열심히 했습니다.
Due to COVID, obviously there's going to be some adjustments and delays in our training, but we did make it work. We had to arrange and set up different times to go in and train with limited amount of people, but it didn't affect our camp, and I feel great.
Nice. You were successful when you came back from the military layoff as well after 4 years. So I'm curious, like, what's the key to being successful despite the time away in your comeback fight?
군대 제대하고 나서 거기에서 선수는 어떻게 본인에서 어떻게 생각하세요? 더 강한 선수로 그 시간 훈련도 못 하고 거기에서 운동하고 나서 몸은 어땠어요?
군대 갔다 와서.
군대 안 가셨었죠?
군대는 예전에 좀 오래됐는데.
So
Because last time he took 4 years off during his military duty, when he came back,
4년 동안 쉬었었어요?
그거는 2000
3.5.
오래 전에.
It was long time ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but when he came back, you know, a lot of times we talk about like being rusty or whatever. He came back, he looked fantastic. So what's the key to being sharp?
거기에서 군대를 다 마치고 선수로서 몸이 좋대요. 컨디션도 좋고 그런데 거기에서 훈련 멘토를 어떻게 다시 게인을 한 거예요?
일단 군대를 다녀와서 정신적으로 조금 더 성숙해졌고 그 후에 뭔가 시합에 대한 그런 집중력이 올라간 것 같습니다.
After serving in the military, I felt that I was a lot more mature mentally, and I was stronger in that sense as well. So as a fighter, I do feel that I am mentally stronger than before.
Nice. Can you talk about the challenges of preparing for somebody like Hani, who's such a specialist in one area?
본인 선수에서 거기에서 어떻게 트레이닝을 훈련을 했었어요? 그라운드워크에서 강한 선수인데.
한희 선수가 이제 그라운드 매우 강하기 때문에 거기에 대해서 이제 많은 파트너와 훈련을 많이 했고 이제 저도 이제 그라운드에 자신이 있기 때문에 저도 환영하고 있습니다.
He's definitely a strong ground athlete, but I've had multiple partners that were really great in rooting me in groundwork, but I'm also very confident in my groundwork as well, so I have no issues.
Nice. Last thing for me, I guess, with a win here, what do you think you deserve? Because you have this impressive win streak, but it's been interrupted by these delays. So do you feel like a certain ranking or a certain opponent? What would you get with a win here?
이번 시합 끝나고 1등 하시면 코비드하고 뭐 다른 수술도 하고 시간 기간이 많잖아요. 그런데 본인이 원하시는 건 뭐 하세요? 랭킹 5, 랭킹 올라가 아니면 거기에서 컬아웃한 선수가 있어요?
일단은 지금 이번 시합에 집중할 거고 이제 이번 시합을 이기고 난 다음에 이제 랭킹 15위 안에 있는 선수와 붙고 싶습니다.
15요?
15위.
15일? 오케이. 그게
랭킹 안에 있는 선수와 붙고 싶다.
알겠습니다. So right now I'm just focused on this fight itself, and then once after I win, I would like to take the time to think about fighting someone within my rank.
You grew your hair out. It looks good. Why the change?
머리 길렀는데 좋은데 왜 체인지를 했는지 물어보는 거예요.
일단은 이제 짧은 머리였는데 너무 이제 자주 자르다 보니까 이제 귀찮아서 기르게 됐습니다.
When you have short hair, you have to constantly maintain it, and because I've been lazy, I just decided to grow it out.
That's great. Why? What was the reason for the long layoff?
긴 시간의 이유가 뭔지 물어보시는 거예요.
이제 저번 시합을 끝나고 이제 결혼을 했습니다. 결혼해서 조금 결혼 준비 때문에 바빴고 그 다음에 이제 시합이 잡혔었는데 이제 눈 부상을 당해서 또 몇 개월 쉬게 되었습니다.
So I had some life changes after my last fight. I got married, so I did take some time off to prepare for that as well. But then I did have another fight booked, but then it got canceled because I did get an orbital fracture.
Gotcha. Is this your first time in Vegas?
베가스 처음 오신 거예요?
예, 시합 몇 번 왔었는데 시합하는 건 처음입니다.
He's been here multiple times because of fights, but not for his fight here.
Are you enjoying it?
예. Yes.
Finally, so you're in the co-main event. How exciting is that for you?
이번에 코메인인데 기분이 어떠세요?
이제 코메인이라서 이제 많은 분들의 관심이 조금 생겼을 거라 생각하고 더 흥분되고 이제 기분이 좋습니다.
Obviously, because I am the co-main event, there's a lot more attention with my fight now as well. So it does make me a little nervous because of the pressure, but I'm great. I love it.